Hello, guys. Okay, so this week we're starting on week 12. It's chapter 10 with sex, gender, and sexuality. You will have a quiz over chapter 10, and you will have a discussion post due. And that's all you have to do this week. So you will need to read chapter 10. Make sure that you review the lecture. If you don't want to really, you don't have to do a lecture if you don't want to. It's just telling you what you need to do anyway. But make sure that you read your chapter 10. I will also say I am about halfway through grading the papers. I had 3 different classes, so I went ahead and I just took them in order of what I have them. So I did the first 2 classes, and I'm halfway through yours. I will say that the majority of the ones I've graded, you guys are doing a great job. Everyone I've graded out of this class you've been really great writers. You've actually done a lot better than some of my in-person people, but like I said, I'm only halfway through. I will say that for some of the ones that I have graded for the reference or the works cited page, a lot of people have, what I've seen a majority of people doing is they will put the name of the author and they'll put the name of maybe the website, or they'll put the name of, the article, but they will just put when it was retrieved. That's not a correct citation. So if you did that, I want you to know that I am not grading really harshly on that. That's the reason it's taking so long to grade, is because I'm trying to make sure that I go in, I use examples, make sure that I look up and make sure that the articles are considered scholarly and they're not just a website, because there's a difference between a scholarly article that has been reviewed and researched and just a website. I have had, out of all 3 of these classes, I have had one it was for some lawyer, I don't remember what it was, but it seems like everybody's using this. You must have put in like juvenile delinquency or something, and it popped up because everybody's using it. It's not scholarly. But if you have your articles, you're able to have your articles and then use whatever you want. That's fine. I'm just trying to make sure that for this first paper, because we will have one other paper in this semester, and I want to make sure that you learn what I'm looking for, make sure that you have a good format, make sure that you know how to look up these type of resources, because this is not going to, I don't know if this is the first. I know for a lot of my kids, since this is a 100 level class, a lot of my students have not had to write papers before, or if they have, you haven't had to have a works cited page or anything like that. You will, if you continue your education, this will not be the last paper that you have to write, that you have to look for resources, because if you're using someone else's words, you have to make sure that you have the citations. The other thing is that's how you learn about the subject that we're discussing, by looking at articles that have been reviewed and, researched. So that's part of what it is about this assignment. So I'm not grading really harshly on that. Most of the time I'm correcting. The other thing is a lot of people forgot to they would put an in-text citation, but they would put the author's name, or some people actually put the name of the article, but they forgot to put the year. So that's part of an in-text citation. And like I said, I don't know how to do anything but APA. So if I have everybody writing in different styles, I'm unable to grade it. And that's why I'm having you guys do APA. It will probably not be the last time you have to do that either. So I'm making sure that I give pointers. That's why the grading is going really slowly, to make sure that the next time you're able to look at this previous paper and go, okay, this is what I need. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I got that clear. And if you got a grade, I will tell you that I did, I graded just as I said I was going to on the rubric. If your paper was, let's say you really got going, I had one that was a great paper. It was a page and 2 sentences. If you don't meet the length requirement, then there's also none of content there, because so those 2 on the rubric are automatically cut down the points. because just finish the paper. The more resources you get, the more information you have, and you're able to make your paper longer. I think some people waited to the last minute to do it, and then they had a really short paper, and that's kind of sad because a lot of the people that did this, they had really good papers up until that point, but it just doesn't give me enough content to grade. So if you're one of those people that happened to this time and you don't get the grade that you really wanted, make sure that you put in the extra effort next time to get the link requirement, because that's a big deal. If you don't have the link there, you don't have the information. So once I turned in, I probably did about a fourth of this class, maybe. And they should have their papers back. And like I said, I will try to get the rest of them done the first of next week, and get your grades back to you. I don't want you to worry about them. Like I said, most of this is me making sure you guys know what I expect, what you didn't do correctly, so that the next time you learn from this and you can do it the way that it is expected for the next time. Okay, I think that's it. Discussion post, quiz, read your chapter, because there will be another test coming up, like 2 weeks. Yes, our next exam is coming up in a couple of weeks. So make sure you're trying to retain this each week as you go along. So when you do start to study for the exam, it's not just out of the blue. You actually know what is in the chapters that are covered. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, just make sure you send me an email. Make sure you tell me what class you're in. And I think that's it for this week. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.